Ahoy, hoy, people of the internet. Streaming to you live from a bunch of apps I don't use to upload my edited content because they censor me. Fuck these apps that you're streaming this service through. I appreciate you for showing up, but fuck the apps specifically. That includes Instagram, Facebook, owned by the same people, uh, YouTube, owned by Google. Delete all Google apps, and as well as Twitch. It's owned by Jeff Bezos, a colossal sack of shit. Delete all of these apps. Follow me at NatesVlogs.net, and you'll be able to get all of my new content as well as my classic stuff. I've been on a uploading tirade, so I came here because I got like access to all of my content. Believe it or not, well, all the stuff that was on Netflix. I'm trying to figure out what I should upload next. Under 10 minutes. I mean, it doesn't have to be under 10 minutes, but I gotta create an under 10 minute version for TikTok. Fuck TikTok as well. If you want to watch the full uncensored versions, watch it on Neteflix.net or rumble.com/Neteflix, odyssey.com/ at simple Neteflix. I'm just working with the scraps I've been given. But yeah, I've been like uploading some of the older stuff, working on some of the newer stuff, and I just wanted to get some opinions on what I should be chopping up for the website next. Cause I've been like just doing like a lot of old employee evaluations and rewinds and so on and so forth. And I did a good amount of the stuff that's under 10 minutes so far. If there's any suggestions, I'm all ears. If it's something under 10 minutes, if it's over 10 minutes, I gotta like condense it to TikTok form. I mean, in the under 1 minute version, it gets like it's a bitch. Like going through all this stuff, all the criteria the holes I gotta jump through to get you guys content. But if you guys have like suggestions of stuff you want to see, I'm all ears. It's yeah. At this point, I love the viewers. I love you guys watching and the people who have been able to get with me through all of the hurdles I had to jump through. Still know I'm posting and all that shit. I appreciate you guys, but yeah, it's not necessarily fun to go through all this shit to get to such a limited audience when I should just have my original audience. But if there's something you want to see, I'm all about hearing about it, especially like specific quotes, like things you want to hear. You don't want me to leave out if I have to condense it to under a minute. Because sometimes when I'm editing like the old content to get it under 10 minutes, I'm like, what do I cut out? What do I leave? And it's always good to hear um, or see, I guess, in this instance, what you guys want me to not forget. Because if I had it up to me, I would just leave everything. But certain things end up being like the quotable moments, and I would love to know what your quotable moments are. 100. Okay, I don't remember what video that is, but I appreciate it. I try to keep it 100 or at least 1984. Default. Dismiss. Let's dismiss this. Where's the comments? All right. Appreciate the emojis. I'm emotional. Is that a word? I don't know. If it were a word, it would be conveyed through emoji. So just imagine the emoji that would require me to explain everything that's in my heart, so you can understand it, and it will be like a very complicated, complex emoji. Um, but I love you guys for showing up. Been watching since 2013, almost 10 years. Plan to re-upload the old videos. Yeah, that's kind of what this video was about. I've been on a tear. I've been uploading a lot of my old content the past few days, and I've been uploading it on my YouTube. Shit, YouTube, my TikTok. Feels ridiculous saying it out loud. Only reason I'm focused on TikTok because it is the currently the largest website in the world. They've been censoring me like a motherfucker, like a mamma jamma. I've been getting censored up and down on TikTok, but I'm like, if I'm gonna, I really don't want to post anything on my YouTube. YouTube, you get 3 strikes, you're out on YouTube. TikTok, they've been taking a bunch of my videos down. They've been taking away the sound for multiple videos, but it doesn't go against my channel. So I've had 3 videos taken down in the past week, or more than 3, really. If I would have had the same occurrence happen on YouTube, they would take down the channel. But TikTok is different. I'm not thrilled about any censorship, but it's less severe. The consequences are less severe on TikTok. So, I mean, if you want to see the uncensored content, odyssey.com/@NatesFlix. And of course, rumble.com/NatesFlix. And obviously, NatesFlix.net. And that is the TikTok handle I go by as well. But yeah, that I'm uploading my old content. So if there's something you want to see, feel free to let me know what you want to what you're missing. I mean, you could probably find it on odyssey.com/@NatesFlix. But backing it up on rumble.com/NatesFlix. That's where you can get the uncensored version. Some people don't have accounts there. I understand that, but at the video, I mean, most videos people recommend me upload are over 10 minutes. But if you have a video that you've been missing, you can send me a recommendation. And then also, I would appreciate a quote from the video, something that you don't want me to miss out. Because if it's over 10 minutes, I got to condense it. And I'll keep the quote that you recommend inside of the video and within the 10 minutes. Um, but yeah, it's a platform I'm not too thrilled to post on. Like I said, I'm only using it because it's the world's largest website at this particular moment in time until NatesFlix.net takes it over. So yeah, just let me know what you want to see. I'm all about it. I'm all ears and eyes. Sounds good. Really missed the grapefruit vid, man. You see, and this is the thing. I appreciate that enthusiasm. I really do. But I don't know if you paid attention. The grapefruit vid hasn't been around since 2014 because that was one of those videos I wasn't able to um, get back after NatesVlogs went down. So I mean, I'm all about maybe remaking it once my channel gets its numbers up. My channels. But yeah. Right now I don't have access to the old school video, and yeah, the algorithm is pushing down my new channels, so it's not too much enthusiasm to go through all the rigmarole of editing a new one. But if you follow me on Odyssey or Rumble or Netflix.net, uh, let me know. Leave a comment, and that's something that I will take into consideration. But right now, yeah, I don't have access to that one, so the effort I would have to put into getting it back or recreating it, it just exceeds what I'm prepared to put into at this point. Maybe I'm not saying I'm not prepared to make new videos. I'm just not prepared to make new old videos. If that makes any sense. LOL, erotic. Well, yeah, I just did like a interview. Someone was asking me about the origins of erotic, and I just had to go through the history. I don't even think I have the original video where I used erotic, but it was interesting to hear people's perspective on erotic and how it eroticized them in a context of a podcast. But yeah, once that hits the internet, I'll let you guys know. Let me take this off. I'm getting hot as a motherfucker. I'm sweating like a hoe in church. Whew. I just want to be coordinated for y'all. I realize it's July. I shouldn't be wearing a coat, but it's just I just got a little too focused on the fashion. Got lost in the sauce. Realize it's hot than a bitch out here. Ooh, feels good. It feels good. Been watching since 2012. It's your 10-year anniversary. I appreciate you for being around so long. Man, reminds me how old I am. 17, if you lost count. I forgot I've been doing this so long. I've been doing it since I was 3 years old. Um, Nate the Great is online. What? Absolutely. And I appreciate you respecting me enough to call me by my full name. I am the Great. I was great before Alexander. LOL. I appreciate it. When you were my picks. Oh man. That was actually my fallback. That was like the channel I was because after Nate Flicks went down was my picks, Nate Flicks, and then I was getting ready to switch it over to my picks, my old channel, my first channel. And I hadn't posted there in a few years. Then I got the notification that that channel went down randomly after me not posting on that bitch for several years. It just randomly went down after YouTube made a few changes to their policies and whatnot. And then Nate's turn. So I think I got one or two videos from my picks on my computer. I can upload uh, a few videos from there. The few videos I do have, one of them is already up on odyssey.com/at symbol Neteflix. I got the it's an old video I did on I did this for when I was first going to college. I had like a filmmaking class, and I had like a short film previewed at a film festival, and that film is the short film is on my odyssey.com. It's one of my first videos that I uploaded on Neteflix, my channel, and I uploaded on my picks. Um, what is it? Love and Happiness. It's on odyssey.com/app symbol Netflix, and I have like another video that I one matter of fact you mentioned that I just because I was thinking of uploading it today or yesterday on my TikTok. But if you want to watch like old my picture videos, don't have many left over, but I still have some. So it's on odyssey.com/at symbol Netflix. And I appreciate you for sticking around so long. But a lot of people don't know what the fuck my picks was. That's like I'm might as well be speaking a foreign language. But thanks for rocking with me so long. Man, knuckin' futs. Knuckin' futs. Um, erotic. Theme music. Pew, pew, pew. Love your intro, Nate. Well, I appreciate that. I'm interested to know what you think. I just created like a new intro And that's kind of what inspired this video of me seeing what you guys want me to re-upload, because I created like a new intro, um, and well, it just includes my website more so than anything. That's like the old one used to be like my old channel names. I had the or the Nate's Vlogs intro, Nate Flicks intro, and then I figured I need to come up with something new to really just only express my website. So I got like I took like a song that I did, like my theme song 2.0. I took a little part of that, and then I just put some new visuals on it from another video, and yeah. So that's like the intro I'm putting on in front of my old videos, um, so I could upload them and not be worried about like it just saying some old channel name that is no longer around. It's frustrating, definitely, but um, like I said, it's I'm only giving like a little snippet of most of my videos, because most of my videos are over 10 minutes long, and for me to post on TikTok, it's got to be under 10 minutes. So if you're gonna post a video that you want to see from my old content, please post a quote, because I might cut out the stuff you want to see. On the matter of fact, you don't necessarily have to post a quote, because if you want to see the full uncensored version, you can go to nateflix.net, odyssey.com/@Nateflix, or rumble.com/Nateflix, and you can watch the uncensored full version. But for me to post it on TikTok, it's got to be under 10 minutes. And what was it? It was another website I was posting on. It's under a minute. So I might just do like 1 minute snippet, under 10 minute snippet, and the full video. So that's like the goal. So if you got something you want to see, just let me know. How are you doing, Nate? Well, all things considered, all of this heat, all of this bullshit I had to maneuver through. I mean, I'm glorious. I'm better for the effort. My wisdom was afforded me by my hardships I had to use to overcome all of the bullshit. But um, yeah, I'm definitely dealing with some bullshit, but I'm getting through it somehow. So it's just like I'm stronger for it, and I appreciate you for your concern. Nate's Vlogs wasn't your channel. No, it was not. Nate's Vlogs was the channel. Was my political channel, and that's why it's funny. Some people were like, like there were some people who discovered me after I started my um, employee evaluation series, my rewinds. It was like that's like my most popular series. But yeah, Nate's Vlogs was started after my My Picks channel. I started like making a few vlogs, just talking about how I felt about certain policies being passed. Like I had like one, I had a like My Picks was me doing characters. Like I had the redneck Cletus. If you don't know, if you saw like a Cletus video on Nate's Vlogs, you don't know where it originated. It started on my Picks channel. I did like prank channels and prank calls and stuff like that. But like I would do like Cletus videos, and I'll be talking about stuff like policies that were happening in Arizona, where they were making it illegal for cops to just harass brown people just for being brown looking, Hispanic looking. And I got arrested. Well, I got stopped by cops for looking Hispanic, like a dark skinned Hispanic person. But before that, I was uh, um, raising hell about the policies being passed in Arizona, how the police could just randomly stop any Hispanic looking person. And I did that, with the character of Cletus. Then I started doing vlogs explaining why that shit was annoying me. Then people were like, "Hey man, I came here for comedy, man. Why don't you just like start a separate channel where you would, talk about that kind of shit? I don't want to hear your politics on shit. So then I started Nate's Vlogs, right? And then I started like, the first video I posted on Nate's Vlogs was like a serious video, was me dissecting some racist bastards commentary on something. And then I was just like, bringing that up with some book I was reading. And then I ended up like making that video private because I was like, that's not the energy I want to start with. But that's kind of what I was like, get starting the channel for. And then a few years later, because that started, I started Nate's Vlogs in like 2007. 2000, yeah, I started My Picks in 2006, Nate's Vlogs in 2007, and I didn't start employee evaluations till like 2011, 2010. It was like 3 or 4 years later, and then some people just came to um, think that that's what I was about. And really, like, employee evaluations was like, I started my political stuff. People started like, okay, well, what do you think about this? And it'll be like something trivial. So I wanted like a series to continuously talk about the silly stuff people would send me. And then I became known for that. And then like a few years later, fast forward, I had people like, "Hey, why are you being political in this video?" I'm like, "This channel was started because it was like just my political views on certain things, and now it's like I don't have no outlet for it." But then I don't know. It's good to see the people who've been with me since my picks, because yeah, I guess they have a better understanding of the whole story arc. But yeah, Nate's Vlogs was, yeah, it's not even close to my first channel. I think I started my tech channel before my Nate's Vlog channel, so it's like my picks, that was my first channel. Then my tech channel, or Nate's Vlogs. I mean, I started them pretty much at the same time. But yeah, I was like posting more on my tech channel than on my vlogs channel, my Nate's Vlogs channel. And then all of a sudden, I got like offered a TV show on Nate's Vlogs. And then I was like, okay, maybe people want to hear more on this channel. So then I started focusing on that channel, and I got away from my original channel. And I know it's like a long story if you don't know my history, but yeah, uh, um, yeah, it's just a part of the comeuppance. I remember when the cops held you in a Captain America hoodie. I do too, believe it or not. I believe, yeah, no, I posted a musical video on my Mopic or Netflix.net, and it included some of those clips, and it was yeah, I remember that as well. It was very memorable. I've been rocking with you since 2010, so 12 years. Woo, boy howdy. Great reminder that this is the longest thing I've ever done, longest job I've ever had. um, yeah, it's good to know. I got recommended the tech channel. Well, I hope you subscribe. It's good to know. Man, I think the seriousness mixed with the comedy was great. Well, I appreciate it. Well, yeah, I try to use the comedy as a vehicle for talking about the seriousness, if that makes any sense to anybody out there. Let's see. Let's see. Why is that? It keeps like leaving. Hold on. Then I subscribe to the other channels. Well, yeah. Thank you. Well, I mean, if you got it in your heart, you really want to stay up to date with my content. Delete all of your Google apps. Delete all your Facebook apps. Delete your Twitch app. Delete them all. Follow me on Neteflix.net, Odyssey.com/@Netflix, and Rumble.com/Netflix. I'm uploading my back catalog as we speak. That's why I got on here. But you'll be doing me a favor, and you'll be doing yourself a favor. You shouldn't trust the government, and that's what Google is. Google is the government. That's why I call it Gmail. Who are the G men? The G men are the government. All right, they work with the government. They track you. If you got a Google phone, they're tracking you everywhere you go. Even if you got an Apple phone, they're tracking you to a lesser extent. They're still tracking you. But delete all of those apps. I want to see Google go the way of Friendster. I want them to see all of the money they invested in these particular websites to be wasted. Um, they're evil. If that hasn't been made clear to you, delete them. Just download. Holler at me on MySpace. You can customize your page more. It's just a better experience. I know for you to get on MySpace, you got to hop into a time machine, go back to 2008. But we both know it's better than Facebook. We all know that. I mean, is there anyone who's willing to debate me on if MySpace is better than Facebook? Nobody. Nobody's prepared to debate me on that because it's just a fact. I've been seeing a lot of people switch over to Odyssey and Float Plane. I'm unfamiliar with Float Plane. I mean, I'm open to any new space. It's just a fuckload of work. One thing I do miss about like YouTube before they went to total shit was just uploading on one website. Now it's like it's hella shit to keep up with. Trends. I don't want to. I don't want to get involved with trends. Uh, I had to download. I got like an extra phone that is definitely not my day to day phone. I use that to log into my TikTok, and it's just like the stuff they offer me on TikTok, garbage, total garbage. But when I was like, it was like when I was getting ready to upload, I was looking for like little hashtags to add that apply to the video that I was already making. I don't follow the hashtags, but I'm like, if it applies to my video, I'll add the hashtag. That's my mindset. But it's just yeah, it's just hella work to maintain all the new websites and all that shit. Especially a website like TikTok, which can just randomly just shut me down. They said they took multiple videos down for harassment. And who am I harassing in those videos? Like billionaires. I'm just really exposing them, right? So it's like information that you should know because like well, I'm talking about people who own our democracy, let's throw that in quotes. And I can't even expose like the hypocrisy um without like having my own shit censored on what is supposed to be a free and open platform. So um yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna look into float planes. Who is Friendster? Oh wait, Friendster. Yeah, that's the whole goal is when I say I want Google to become the Friendster. I want you to be like, who's Google? What is Google? You talking about the number one followed by 100 zeros? That's what Google was before Google was Google. It was a number. Then it became Google. It became like a verb. That's why anytime I talk about like I want someone to web search something, I'm like, hey, why don't you web search it? As opposed to Google it, or DuckDuckGo it, or not even DuckDuckGo, Ecosia. That's like my default browser. I'm not saying any browser is perfect. I'm just saying most browsers are better than Google, even when they start getting Google's influence, because I mean they got unlimited money since they get funded by the government. I'm talking about billions of dollars from government. When I say government, I mean your money. You pay taxes, you fund Google, whether you want to or not. So don't pay taxes. Hi, howdy, what's up? What's good, Prince Leo Light Powers? I appreciate you showing up. Oh, let me go back. How do I get that back? I don't really do the social media thing. I have resisted it for a long time. I work in cybersecurity and I can't unknow what I know. I refuse to be their product. Well, yeah. Well, I'm pretty much the same way. But then, I got back into live entertainment, like stand up comedy, theater. I got another play coming up in August. But, like when we talk about mass audiences, it's hard to argue that you can't get the most massive audience by going online, right? It's just like, how would someone with a message like myself get through to the mainstream? I mean, it would be pretty difficult to do on something like Google, where I know like the CIA and FBI are watching me, right? And they shut me down, put the kibosh on my channel like immediately as soon as I start getting any traction. Like as soon as I got my 100,000 subscriber plaque, or I was supposed to get my plaque, that's when my first channel got shut down, right? Then they had tabs on me ever since. So it's like, how would someone like me get out there? It'd be pretty difficult. That's why I say delete all of these apps, um, because they prevent you from knowing what you need to know, right? You can't talk about violence on Facebook unless you're saying we should be violent towards Russians, right? Unless you're supporting the Nazis in Ukraine, right? If you have anything contradicting their violent behavior towards the people who sacrificed the most to stop the Nazis back in the 30s and 40s, they'll silence you. They'll put the kibosh on your channel, right? They don't want you to be historically aware. You can't have historical literacy on certain matters because that defeats their narrative, right? So um, I don't know. I would like for people to be just with it and sharp on a lot of stuff because I've actually been called like a Putin puppet for just like being factual, right? Um, but you can't form a line if you're too afraid to stand alone. And I mean, if you've been rocking with me for like 10 years or whatever, which a few people have. I mean, if you know where I'm at now, it's difficult to keep tabs of me. But if you've been rocking with me, if you know where I'm at now, like you probably have some idea of my history. You just know that's just who I am. So I appreciate that. I still say internet search. People at work look at me like I am strange. Well, shit, have them look at you like you're strange. Genius is usually crazy to people for at least 10 years. You give them 10 years, they'll finally catch up. And now it's like the distance between genius and crazy and genius is shortened because like it's just the narrative is falling apart rapidly for the mainstream. So it's a lot of stuff that wasn't conceivable like just a few years ago. It's just now like common sense. I mean, because I got like most of my family military, right? So it's like I remember around the beginning of COVID, I was having like debates with my brother, right? Just talking about common sense shit, you know, because he was one of those people. He got both vaccines. He got the booster, getting ready for his other booster. He was like, "Yeah, I had to go to the booster just to go to a Lakers game." I was just like, at what point do you say I've had enough boosters? At the fifth booster, sixth booster, like you're just gonna keep getting boosted whenever they tell you to get boosted, you know. I was like, you're not questioning any of this stuff. You're not like saying, okay, is there a incentive for people to continue giving me boosters? And I was like calling people out by name. I was like, yeah, like who's profiting heavily off these boosters and these um, vaccines. I was talking about Bill Gates and all this. And then what I would say, he had friends in his ear saying the same shit, right? And it just sounded foreign to him. Then he was like, "Why is my brother saying the same shit?" Then like fast forward a few months, he was calling me up, and he was just like, "Okay," and he was having questions instead of like just making assertions and just saying stuff that he heard on the news. He was just like, "Okay, if this is true, then blah 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 blah." And then like it just started to click for him, like, oh, all of these conspiracy theorists in my life, they just had like foresight that I didn't have at the time, because I just swallowed the garbage wholesale. And that's why when you're dealing with certain people, you got to stand your ground, right? Some people, they're not going to understand it, but then like give them some time, it'll start clicking. It can be frustrating in the moment, because it definitely was, but it's just like, I mean, those people, they need time to just see the world around them change, and to just better understand uh, where you're coming from. And yeah, eventually they'll come to you. And um, this whole the past few years since 2020 has been tumultuous. It's driven a lot of people apart. But then like the people who just swallowed up everything they were told, they just start to question more. So that's why I think we're at the beginning. I mean, we're in the middle of a great awakening, where people are just like waking up. And this is like when I say like my brother, like he messaged me yesterday. He was like, it was like something about like Happy Fourth of July. I don't celebrate the Fourth. These colonizers and all this stuff. And he was partially joking and stuff like that. But at the same time, it was him also coming to an understanding. Um, that shit around him, everything he was told was a lie, because he was all my siblings, with the exception of me and one of my sisters, is was a product of the military. So the brother who I was talking about, we were talking like he was well into his 40s, and he was still believing that Ronald Reagan was one of the best presidents we ever had. And like I thought he was joking at first. We were having like this long debate. I'm thinking like like in some tongue in cheek way, like fucking with me. And he was like, "No, no, Ronald Reagan's cool as a motherfucker. What you talking about? Ronald Reagan hella cool." Uh, and I'm just like, dude, you really don't realize that Ronald Reagan is just like a piece of shit. He's like the beginning of the end when it comes to like how these corporations have total control over our lives, and what we could say and do. And then like and then like we had like debates like until well into the morning, like from night to morning, like multiple days. And then I got him to just admit, like, okay, maybe Ronald Reagan wasn't cool. And then and then of course there was regression, because he would talk to his friends and they'd have him thinking Ronald Reagan is cool. But it's just like it's a process, like getting people to awaken to the current circumstances, and the pedagogy that they've been taught. But yeah, it's well worth it. Especially if you want to like. I mean, it's like a common saying. Don't talk about religion or politics at the dinner table. I think those are two very important things that definitely should be discussed. For you to have a better understanding of people. Um, but yeah, it's just difficult when people are like brainwashed. But that doesn't mean people are totally lost. You can wake them up. It just takes time. I'm only on Twitter for the drama. Well, yeah, I try to stay away from the drama. I mean, I embrace the heartfelt responses of people. I mean, you can consider it drama. Like I have like heated debates with people. They get dramatic, but it's not for the drama. It's for like I'd rather be impactful, which requires me being tactful. Um, but yeah, I don't like. I have a cousin who like he's about the drama. He'll just say shit to like get me charged because he wants to see me go off. I don't do that. I don't just say shit just to be salacious. I say shit because like it has meaning and stuff like that. But yeah, but I definitely have a lot of emotionally charged uh, conversations with people. But if I usually have those conversations because it's either something I need to learn because I'm hearing someone and it sounds so foreign to me where like I need to better understand you, right? Where you're either I'm way off and I need to understand where you're coming from, or you're way off and I got some shit to teach you. And either way, I mean it can be an interesting experience. Yo, Nate, what it do? Cut West, and welcome. If you are in entertainment, it makes sense as a private citizen. It is hard for me to argue in favor of social media. Yes, it is convenient, but the trade-offs are not worth it. It's hard. Wait for social media. Um. Well, I mean, what is the alternative? Television. I've done television. That's like some of the most fake shit. I remember before I moved to LA, one of my most watched TV program types was reality TV, right? I used to watch dating shows, like real world type shows, and all that. I even got some friends who were on on those shows. I was on a few of the shows myself. That's when I realized it's all bullshit. I helped some friends shoot uh, um, a reality TV show. They had neighbors, and I knew their real neighbors. Their real neighbors were actually interesting. One of them lost like a finger because he used to make swords and shit like that. Um, but they gave them fake neighbors who were more photogenic and shit like that. And yeah, and their fake neighbors were more boring, and plus it was more awkward conversation because I'm like, who the fuck are you? Why are we pretending we know who you are? Um, it was just bad. And then like I grew to understand later the real purpose of reality TV shows because it's not like it's real reality. It's yeah, the reality is meant to fuck over writers because they even though most of those shows are hella scripted, they don't pay the writers properly because they're not writers. Like we're reacting to scenarios that were written, but it's just technically they didn't write what we say and all that stuff in our script. So it was just like it was like they were fucking over the writers who were actually writing these fucking fake ass scenarios. They were fucking over the actors. They were fucking over everybody involved, right? And it was just all the money was going to the producers. And producers, like let's look at the producers. Who is in charge of producing, greenlighting a show? People like Harvey Weinstein, the sexual harasser and shit like that. He had people like that have all the power when you get into Hollywood. It's like, why do they have so much power? Because they're fucking over everyone out, everyone around them. They're usually connected to some shady government agency. Like I said, that's why I say delete Google, Facebook, and Twitch and all that shit. Um, uh, uh, because yeah, it's just like you have connections. You're not like really producing or creating anything, and like we end up just like getting a bunch of remakes and prequels of like bullshit. Because like all the worst people have all the power in entertainment. So I don't know. I'm over TV, but then YouTube has become TV. But then I don't want to believe that that's going to be the future of social media. I think the future of social media is actually being social. It's like, hey, I got a live show. I got like a theater production showing up. Something I wrote. You guys want to see it? Show up here. and then give the coordinates, right? I think that's the future of actual social media, like being social, not anti-social media like Facebook or Twitter or all of these garbage websites. But that's just me. Some may say I'm just a foolish dreamer. If you oh okay, I also come from a military family. The government is a good at brainwashing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I remember one of my sisters was in um, the Air Force. And I remember it was like back in 2016. They had like a coup back in Turkey, right? And we were praying for my niece, my sister who was in the Air Force. She got her daughter to join the Air Force too, and we were worried that she was going to get killed in Turkey over a skirmish she didn't understand because, like, how could she? She's just a pawn in the middle of this bullshit. Um, we're praying for her, and then like, it's hard for me to not be critical. I'm like, why the fuck is she in Turkey? What the fuck is she doing out in Turkey? Like my sister had enough money where she could have been my niece could have been cool, but it's just more like a precedence that she was trying to set. And then I'm not trying to knock her because my dad was trying to get me to join the military too, right before 9/11. He was like, yeah, your school will be taken care of and all that shit. My dad couldn't go to the military. He had his leg burnt, and he had his own issues. But he wanted me to join the military. I didn't join. I was like, I can't kill anybody. And he was like, oh, you don't have to go and do anything like that. We don't go to war with anybody. And like I said, right before 9/11. And yeah, so it's just, yeah, if I'm going to join anybody's army, it's not going to be my government. My government, like Martin Luther King said, is the biggest purveyor of violence worldwide. But it's just like what I say is very controversial at family meetings because everybody in my family is military except for me and one of my sisters. So and one of my sisters who's not military is pretty pro-military. It's just it's hard not to be because everyone if you're not in the military currently, you're still getting paid off military contracts. One of my cool cousins who never joined the military, he still gets paid off of military contracts. Uh, but like I said, both my parents, they were working at military bases. My dad he didn't technically join any fighting force, but he worked at a naval base, which was killing him. And they knew they were killing him and everyone who worked at the military base. Same with my mom, and they didn't give a shit, right? I mean, there was like payments given out, but then they fucked over the people who were getting the payments because like they took the money, put it into like a different account. And they then they took all the like it was they took the money from the company and started a new company and then it was just like a depleted amount of funds. So like people who were supposed to get paid, they got like a fraction of what they're supposed to get paid. It's like a long story, but yeah, they ended up fucking over the people who they were killing, who they knew they were killing. And the place my dad worked at, you can't go into the base anymore. Place my mom worked at, still open, still brainwashing new troops. I didn't discover that till I was like older. I met someone else whose mom was in the same predicament because I thought my mom was killed because she smoked cigarettes. And found out the military base she worked at, everybody got cancer. Um, yeah, it's kind of like the new Agent Orange. Some of that shit can be funny or take the life and joy out of you. Well, I try to find humor in everything, not a buzzkill. But I mean, some people like they don't find what I laugh at to be humorous because I mean it is serious. I remember it was because I had Um, you know, my mom died when I was 12 of cancer. I remember I was working at a particular home store where you would go to get your home goods. And I was like joking because we had like a little scanner, like a little laser scanner. And I'd like point it at people and it would be like a little laser. And I'd be like, hey, be careful, these things give you cancer. And then I'll scan them like they're a barcode. And then I did that to one particular person. And then this chick who had nothing to do with what I was doing, she was like, hey, don't joke like that. My mom died of cancer. Well, she didn't. She had no idea of my history because, like I said, my mom died of cancer too. But it was just like something I was prepared to joke about because what am I going to do? Be sad my whole life? Um, but yeah, it's just different perspectives and whatnot. Um, but I was able to turn what I could laugh at into a career until fuck the government that was working with Google shut me down. Hi Nate, love the hat and the necklace. I appreciate that. I made both. Well, I customized the hat, made the necklace. Stop it. Legendary. Travis Air Force Base was the shit. Well, yes. Yeah, you can go there for government discounts. I went there for a few myself. I mean, one of the good things, I don't know if it was good or maybe it was training. My mom, when she worked there, she used to bring like a new computer home basically every week. And like we had color monitors, we had like the green and red, the green and black, orange and black. She used to bring these ration packs with like like different shit like corn nuts and cookies and all kinds of shit. The stuff the soldiers got. She used to bring those, and I used to think that was the shit. I was like, man, we got all these snacks, we got all these computers, but it was like, yeah, the government they created the internet with ARPA, which became DARPA, right? And it was created as a weapon. Stream interrupted. Resume stream. Oh shit, stream was interrupted. Let's see if it cuts back on. But yeah, yeah. So it was yeah, it's just yeah. Travis Air Force Base. I mean, if you get that Travis Air Force Base discount, it can be glorious, but you gotta keep in mind with the discount cost. It's not very fun if you aware of the suffering that it provides. Been following you, Nate's Vlogs YouTube channel since sixth grade. I turned 21 in August. Welcome. I appreciate you for sticking around so long. So sixth grade, that's 11, 12 years of age, assuming that you were at the appropriate age. So that's closing in on 10 years. And your 10-year anniversary of sticking with me is I get to do my first musical in August. So it's a beautiful thing. What's up? What it do, bruh? What it do, little bruh? Little bruh. How are you doing, Nate? Well, all things considered, I'm pretty glorious, basking in in the glory of the summer. Let's I don't know how I got to this particular screen. Let's close that. Yeah, damn good 10 years. Oh man, what a day. What other services you use to stream? Um, Streaming. Well, currently, this is Instagram. I'm streaming on that. I'm responding to you on Facebook. Both owned by the same people. Delete both of the apps if these are your ways of finding me, because you can find me on Neteflix.net, Odyssey.com/@Netflix and Netflix, or Rumble.com/Netflix. And then I also got Twitch. Delete that app too if you have it. And what is this? YouTube? Yeah, believe you can delete all Google apps. Just get Google out of your life. If you got a Google phone, throw it in the garbage. Because that's what it is. It's the government tracking you. That's why it's Gmail. The Gmail are tracking you. Believe it, please. I am a product of the Camp Lejeune water contamination issue. We were all born with birth defects. Now, 20 years later, after complaining, there is now a class action lawsuit. Thank God for the Freedom of Information Act. FOIA. Well, yeah. I mean, even if you invoke the Freedom of Information Act, uh, a lot of these government agencies are reluctant to give you the information because they know they're in the wrong. So, I mean, I wish you nothing but success. I would love to see our government just like implode in on itself and then like be, the government that was taken over by the corporations become like a government of the people with total transparency where we have like holler mechanisms where we holler that there's an inequality here or you know inefficiencies there. Like we actually get heard and something gets done. But right now that it's not the time. Right now they want you to be focused on Roe v. Wade, which is I'm all for people, not just women, people having a say in medical procedures. I don't want this medical procedure. Or I do want that medical procedure. I just want people to have options, right? Um, but I'm also of the belief that uh, the overturning of Roe v. Wade only happened because they saw um, the lack of um, a rebuttal for when they came for our rights when it comes to the V word, like forced medical procedures. I want to be able to say, hey, I don't want that mysterious goo shot into my veins, right? There weren't enough people protesting that, and then like the government, they were like, okay, people are okay with having these forced injections. Okay, let's take away their rights to say yes to certain things since they have no problem saying uh, um, not being able to say no to these. Um, and then like yeah, just from there it like snowballed. Um, but yeah, that's like another story. I got like a video coming out covering that particular subject, which I can't get too lost in right now because that is something that got my YouTube channel taken down. And then I got like one YouTube channel left, and it's hard for me to verbalize how I feel about it without saying certain words that I know are being targeted algorithmically. So it's just like I'll be posting it on rumble.com/NatesVlogs, as well as I mean if you haven't deleted TikTok yet, I have it's a channel, it's a puppet channel, but it's called News Puppets. It's like a way of kind of getting around algorithms. Me talking about certain things that are very taboo on these websites that I'm streaming on. Um, and so far, videos, no video has been taken down because it's like all my user generated content. And then I try to present my argument as favorable to certain things I'm not favorable to. If that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, maybe you need to watch it to understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just something. I got into some bad habits after. Well, bad habits as in like overthinking what might get me taken off after being having 4 channels shut down by YouTube. So now it's just like hella calculations going off in my head. Like I don't want to go down this road because I can be taken down off all these platforms. And like I said, I only use these platforms to let you know if you want to watch edited content, follow me elsewhere. If you want to see employee evaluations, rewinds, or whatever, go elsewhere. these are carcinogenic platforms. Oh snap! They got Nate. Not yet. Not yet. No. Oh, he back. LOL. Okay, I see. See where that happened when I got shut down. Grimjaw. Thanks. I appreciate that. What other services do you stream? I think I answered that one. Yeah, a damn good 10 years. Sorry, but could you repeat your website name? Okay, I got you. NatesFlix.net. I want to offer invitations. At NatesFlix.net, I provide you information. And for your convenience, I'm also in syndication. It's rumble.com/NatesFlix, Odyssey.com/ at symbol NatesFlix, and TikTok.com/NatesFlix.net. Hey Nate, 2014, you were ahead of your time, man. That's why they shut me down, motherfucker. That's funny. It's a dude. Um, I would love to get him on an interview because he cracks me up. Not in a haha, I'm laughing at him. I'm just saying he cracks me up, and he ironically bitches about being the most censored comedian on the internet. A dude by the name of Lee Camp, right? He recently lost his platform. He was on RT, Russian television, not his platform. But anyways, he lost all of his shows on RT like this year, and he thinks he's the most censored comedian. And I messaged him, because I lost Neteflix or NatesVlogs back in 2014 before anybody knew who the fuck he was, right? And this was after I got 100,000 subscribers, more than 100,000, because after I crossed 100,000, like I was at like 125, almost 130, like within days, right? Because it was just like, like I just started snowballing, and that's when YouTube shut me down when I was supposed to be getting my plaque for 100,000 subscribers. But he thinks he was the most censored because he lost his platform on RT, which had like a quarter million. But yeah, I think the real most censored comedian would be censored when they're supposed to get 100,000. I think YouTube had like that 100,000 plaque as a way of just vetting certain channels. Because how I got to over 100,000 was me filming my interactions with the LAPD and me getting harassed. Um, and yeah, so it's just so as soon as someone like me starts getting a little notoriety, they shut me down immediately because people like me aren't supposed to have a platform. But he thinks he was the most censored, and that's why I laugh when he says he's the most censored, but I'm also getting slightly offended. And I would love to just have a back and forth where I just explain to him how fucking backwards his thinking is. Um, of for him to come to the conclusion that he is the most censored when I was getting censored before he was even thought of. You know, then I was being blacklisted where I couldn't have any growth like he did. Um, um, because they knew my message was too threatening. But that's neither here nor there. But if you do know who I'm talking about, I mean, reach out. It will be a nice conversation to have, a nice debate. I mean, I think I can make my point clear. I think I can destroy um, any uh, semblance of a point he may have. But that's neither here nor there. In due time. And where are we at right now? 64 minutes. All right, we're closing in on uh, get off the live stream time. Oh, he back. The most censored comedians are the ones Will Smith smacks. So Chris Rock, you think Chris Rock is more censored than me? Go to your mom and ask who Chris Rock is, then ask who Nathan Fisher is. She's probably gonna think Nathan Fisher of 6 Feet Under if she even heard my name before. All right, so it's just I mean it's just not even a comparison. Just re-upload whatever you know people will love. I miss a lot of your rewind videos, like the one of the Magic School Bus. Just uploaded that one. That one was uploaded yesterday. And many of your employee evaluations as well. Well, yeah. Well, I guess you weren't here when I initially started the stream, but I mean, like I said, I uploaded the Magic School Bus. That was under 10 minutes. But certain evaluations and rewinds, they're well over 10 minutes, especially rewinds. So I was hoping to get like your recommendation as well as quotes from the rewind or employee evaluation. Because if it's over 10 minutes, I can't include the entire video on certain websites. So I wanna know what parts I should not miss. But that being said, if you go to nateflix.net, rumble.com/nateflix, odyssey.com/@Nateflix, you'll be able to come across the entire uncensored video version. So yeah, but like I'm just talking about like I got like a TikTok, which I'm not too gung ho about because I've been censored like a motherfucker over there. But I've been uploading on there because I don't want to really invest too much in YouTube. I don't want like YouTube to get anything, any of my edited content because they can just take me down randomly. So yeah, it's just not much effort I'm prepared to put into that. But TikTok, they'll take my videos down, but there's no threat of them taking my channel down. It'll just be like randomly a video got taken down, and they'll be taken down quickly, like within like pretty much immediately. Or sometimes it'll just be the sound taken off of the video. Um, Even copyright free music. I mean, I uploaded a beat that I produced myself. That ended up being good so far. It wasn't taken down, but still, I'm like skeptical because I'm like, well, it's a whole lot of shit. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, yeah, TikTok not my favorite platform. I mean, the stuff they recommend is garbage. Um, and the stuff they censored lets me know why they're garbage because you can't say anything of significance on TikTok. If I'm not showing off my butt cheeks or showing a cute animal, they don't want to know what I have to say or what I have to show. So, um, and I'm not showing my butt cheeks, you guys. I know a lot of people like, hey Nate, show those cheeks off. No, you're not seeing my butt cheeks or my titties. Okay. Um, and it's weird because I don't like anything like any half naked nobodies, right? But like it's like I have two channels. I have like my puppet channel, and I have like my Netflix.net channel. And the puppet channel, only person I'm following is my Netflix.net channel, and all I get is like animal videos, right? And my Netflix.net channel, I'm following, my puppet channel, follow my girl son channel, and maybe it's because I'm following his channel or whatever. Um, but it's like just nothing but half naked strumpets. I'm not liking any of those videos. Matter of fact, I started liking videos that had nothing to do with that just to see if they like change up my algorithm. It's like nothing but just like hooker promotional ads. just half naked. Hey, click here for the 18-year-old plus version. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? How am I getting nothing but porn on this motherfucking TikTok? I don't know. It boggles my mind. I just don't want to be. I can't stream through that shit, because it's like I don't want to be seen looking at any of the videos that they're like suggesting, because they make it seem like I'm some kind of a pervert. And I'm like, how are like you got like actually fully naked women in some of these videos, and that's like being allowed. But like my videos of just me being in front of a screen just talking about shit, they can be taken down instantly at the whims of TikTok. So it's just I'm not even trying to figure this shit out. It's just it's a perplexing situation. Big Nate Bank challenge on TikTok. On TikTok, when? Uh, no, just no, just no, no, no. I'm not competing with anybody on that motherfucking website except for myself. Have you heard about CERN Europe creating portals? You talking about the potential black holes and all that stuff? Um, yeah, I'm somewhat versed in that kind of stuff. They also had it going off in, like, was it 2016, 2015? Yeah, I mean, um, I would like to be at a place where NASA is not run by Nazis, where stuff like CERN is open and transparent. Since we fund it with our taxes, we should know like what their discoveries are, as opposed to like the people who steal our taxes, the welfare queens like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and stuff like that, dictating what we look into and stuff like that. But that's just me. I'm pretty sure it's not just me, but I'm one of the few people who's prepared to admit that openly currently. Um, yeah, I think we need total transparency when it comes to that kind of shit. That's kind of it's concerning, because I mean, what will they discover? Shit, you won't know for like several decades, if ever. Uh, but I like to hope that they're discovering there's a lot more to the universe than meets the eye, and yeah, and then they're realizing there's people who are actually watching them, judging, and yeah, and then like they just give up the welfare. I mean, I'm firmly of the belief, if you need more than $10 million to feel adequate, something's wrong with you, because that's over $500,000 in interest alone. But like it's tends to be people who get umpteen $1 billion from our tax dollars, who run shit like CERN. Um, and yeah, it's never enough for them, But I don't know. I might make a video about it, going further into detail. But yeah, it's matter of fact, if I did do I probably will do a video. It'll be on my puppet channel. Cause like when we start getting into the gritty details of the stuff, I mean, shit, it's shit that I'd probably be censored on these different platforms, because it's all interconnected with uh, shit I've been censored for in the past. I would watch. Well, if you would watch it, it's on rumble.com/NatesVlogs, Odyssey.com/ @Netflix, Netflix.net. If you haven't deleted TikTok, I think it's News Puppets. News Puppets. But anyways, I'm well over an hour, hour and 14. Have you done a podcast any chance? Yes, I've done a podcast. Matter of fact, I was just on someone else's podcast this weekend. I don't think it's been posted yet. And I'm going to be doing a podcast with my cousin. Well, I did one with my cousin previously, but I'm going to be seeing him in the middle of the month. We'll probably reconnect on a podcast tip. And man, we do not disagree on a lot. We do not agree on a lot of stuff. So it'll probably be a heated podcast. But yeah, I'll let you guys know the deets on that. And as soon as I get the link on the podcast I just shot, I'll probably go live again, let you guys know, or shoot it out on my social media, something like that. You should do your own. You think you can send me the link? As soon as I get it, I'll post it on social media. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Doing my own. I mean, I'm all for it. I got like um, some info on how to monetize it, but it's like a process I would have to go through. I'm I'm not against it. Um, I mean, I mean, um, podcasts are a long listen, right? So that's why I was like, I started like targeting more short video spurts, like the TikTok audience. Now, especially, they got over a minute, over 10 or close to 10 minutes at this point. I just started going for a bigger audience. But I definitely enjoy the long format most. But for some of my more ambitious goals, it requires me to have a bigger audience because there's people I want to work with, um, and that will require me having a larger audience to attract them. It probably would have been more ideal for me to. Matter of fact, I started to reach out to some of the people when before NatesVlogs went down. But anyways, it's just yeah. I mean, podcasts. I'm not ruling anything out, but I definitely want to have a bigger audience because there's definitely people I want to interview. Um, but the people I want to interview for me to be able to entice them, yeah, I would definitely have to build up an audience. But anyways, thanks for all of the amazing questions. Thanks for showing up. I mean, I'm just impressed you guys were able to find me again. it's definitely not an easy task to keep up with me. Like the gingerbread man. Try to catch me if you can. Cheers, Nate. GTSY. Cheers, everybody. I don't know what that GTSY means. Just subbed on Rumble. Where else are you streaming? Um, I mean, everywhere else I'm streaming is irrelevant because Rumble is where you'll find the new content when I post it, as well as the classic content. Odyssey.com/@Netflix, bigger back catalog, but Rumble is catching up. But anyways, um, I appreciate you guys for showing up. Thank you. I needed this. I'll do it more often. Um, but yeah, if you haven't followed me on Rumble, please do. If there's something that you haven't seen there that you would like to, leave a comment of the video as well as a quote that you don't want me to miss. I mean, I'll upload the entire video on Rumble, but like on your other websites, your TikToks, your shit. Eventually, I might start posting some of it on Instagram since I already got it edited. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to keep it under 10 minutes. Some cases under a minute. And if your quotes will help me understand what I definitely should not remove from the shortened version. So let me know what you want me to upload. I'll do that. Let me know what you want me to keep in, and I'll do that. And if you want the uncensored version, Neteflix.net, rumble.com/Neteflix, odyssey.com/@Neteflix. And thanks again. Love you guys all. And be good to each other. Good talk, Nate. I am glad you near doing well. I have to go to bed so I can get up in the morning and work towards someone else's dream. Well, yeah, figure your own dream out, and make that shit happen. I love you. Godspeed. In the stream. Okay, let's end that.